Well, Sustainable Travel International is a nonprofit organization, and our focus is on helping travelers as well as travel and tourism providers protect the places that they visit and the planet at large. We offer what we feel is a holistic approach to sustainability for the travel and tourism industry, from education and training, materials and programs, to global sustainable tourism certification initiative, only one of two in the marketplace and the only one of which is nonprofit. We represent what we feel is the best of the best offset portfolios available for carbon offsetting in the marketplace. In addition to that, we have travel philanthropy and fair trade programs, really just a host of solutions to make it easier for businesses that want to do the right thing to actively incorporate sustainable business practices into their operations. For us, the definition of sustainable tourism is in line with the internationally accepted definition, which simply is focused on enhancing environmental, socio-cultural, and economic impacts and mitigating negative impacts across that so-called triple bottom line. Well, you mentioned global climate change. That's one of the areas where we've been trying to make it easy for the industry to learn how to identify what its carbon footprint is, because you can't manage what you don't measure, and then help them understand offsetting as it exists as what we refer to as a third best solution, legislation to support mandatory reductions in greenhouse gases being a first best solution, focusing on becoming more energy efficient, reducing waste, traveling more efficiently being a second best solution. Things of that nature. And really what we do is want to help the industry integrate sustainability management systems into their operations, so in an ongoing manner they can identify what all their impacts are across that triple bottom line, and then set up systems where they can manage them on an ongoing basis and focus on year improvement. So many travel and providers are now taking advantage of what we call low-hanging fruit opportunities, like carbon offsetting, like philanthropic programs that give back to the destinations. Those providers are really our audience, and we want to help them take those easier to implement programs and then integrate a more holistic approach to the work that they're doing. So we have a guide to sustainable travel and tourism that defines how to create a sustainable management system. We provide lectures and training hands-on. We do some distance learning. Again, we work with individual businesses to determine what model makes the most sense for them. I mentioned the hotel example earlier. Some hotels want to include, in the case of our program, it's $1 a night in the cost of the hotel stay. So in that case, it would be a voluntary opt-out opportunity where the client, upon checkout, would say, I really don't want this included on my bill. With that type of program, we're seeing 99% of people purchase the offset. Other hotels don't want to have any what they perceive to be hidden charges in their invoicing, so they'll offer the offset as a voluntary opt-in when the guest checks in. And with that, we're seeing about a 50% conversion rate. So, but we also, in addition to working with the travel and tourism industry and consumers and educational institutions, are working with a lot of mainstream companies like Ben & Jerry's, Coca-Cola, Whole Foods. Companies that have a travel component that want to green their operations are starting to look more towards us to help them in doing so. You hear on a regular basis that people are getting tired of the word sustainability. It is overused, and I think that that's one of the reasons that in our industry, in travel and tourism, it's going to become more and more important for businesses to have some sort of third-party verification, whether it's through peer review or some sort of certification initiative, because greenwashing is a problem. Companies are perhaps overstating the extent of the work that they're doing and making it appear that they're having perhaps a larger impact than maybe they're having in reality.